George, and this is
the Party Wolf John Hambone McGuire.
And this is My Thai TV, and we are here live.
Live at Headhunter's Lounge.
And what are we going to be talking about today, Hambone?
Oh, we've got a great show for you tonight, folks. We have Dolly versus Turbonegro. I'm not going to teach you how to make 1 drink. I'm not going to teach you how to make 2 drinks. I'm going to teach you how to make 5 drinks tonight. 1 awesome Sven Tiki and 4 hangover cures.
Whoa. And tonight, we will be counting down the top 3 George and Hambone bum fights of all time. Not fights we were actually fighting bums in, but bum fights that we have experienced in our lives.
Yes, we were privy to this, not actually fighting like this.
We are pretty sure this is going to be the best episode of My Thai TV ever.
Ever.
So, we're going to start out with the Sven Tiki.
How you liking yours so far, bud?
I love my Sven Tiki so much. It is absolutely insane how refreshing this is.
Looking for something really refreshing today, because on the Uber ride over, he would not put the air conditioning on.
Really?
And I said, sir, can you please put the air conditioning on? I have somewhere to be. I need to not be sweaty. And he's like, okay, fine. Rolls up the windows, puts on the air conditioning to 2. Not all the way up, but just to 2 for 30 seconds. And as we go through one light to another, I hear click, click. And he turned the air conditioning off, left the windows up. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, you turned the air conditioning off, didn't you? He's like, no, sir, I did not turn the air conditioning off. He was a stinking liar. I was sweating the entire way here, so we wanted something refreshing, and that's where we came up with the Sven Tiki.
But you do realize that in the Uber app, you can control the air conditioning and the climate control in the car, right? It's right next to the Spotify button.
What?
Yes. So
are you pulling my leg, George?
That's your fail. That's your fail right there.
Come
I think I
on.
want to learn all about the Sven Tiki. And while you're... First, tell us about the Sven Tiki.
So, the Sven Tiki is a very, very refreshing drink. We were looking up rum punches for today, but rum punches seem to be a little more rum than we were ready to get ourselves into, maybe for the 4th of July party. Might make a rum punch for that. Tonight, we're doing the Sven Tiki. We're going to keep it very simple. It starts with 1 ounce of fresh lime juice. Now, I already cut out the middleman. I squeezed in the fresh lime juice already.
Because we found that squeezing lime on live TV is really freaking boring.
It is. I mean, I'm a lot stronger now. I've been working out. But squeezing times on TV is time-consuming.
Squeezing times?
That's what I said. I haven't had a drink yet, man.
So we're going to talk first about the Sven Tiki. Sven Tiki is actually Sven Kirsten, which is the man who is the author of the Book of Tiki and the Book of Modern Tiki, 2 of the Bibles of the Tiki world, and should be owned by everybody. I think Book of Tiki might actually be out of print right now, but you can get the Old Navy edition in the little icon books by Taschen. Definitely check it out. Everything you want to know about Tiki. If you're curious, if you're Tiki curious, check them out. Sven Kirsten, this is the Sven Tiki Rum Punch. Go ahead,
Easy.
Hambone.
Got 1 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice. You're going to put in 1 ounce of orange juice. Now, they always call for unsweetened pineapple juice. However, I like to make it a little extra sweet. So we're going to put in some sweet pineapple juice from Trader Joe's because we like shopping at Trader Joe's. All right. So you got 2 kinds of juice in there. You're also going to put in 1 ounce of grenadine syrup. We want to keep this nice and sweet. We want to give it that nice red color. So we're just going to keep adding in our ingredients. Now, here is where the fun actually starts. You are going to put in multiple ounces of rum, as a good rum drink normally has. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in 2 ounces of light rum.
2 ounces of light rum. We have the Appleton Estate White Rum, which a lot of people don't realize recently came out. One of my favorite rums of all time.
I really do like this rum, and I was turned on to it here at the Headhunters Lounge, so that's really good. So we got 1 ounce of rum, 2 ounces of rum, and then we're going to add a nice 1 ounce serving of dark rum, and we do love Pusser's rums here, so we're going to use that.
From Annapolis, Virginia. If you're ever down there, make sure you check out the Pusser's Rum Bar. It is nautical themed, not tiki themed, but it's still pretty damn good, where you can have an authentic painkiller.
Authentic painkiller. So we're going to shake this up, give it 10 good shakes. Now, what you want to do is add club soda. You never want to shake up club soda, so we're actually going to stir the club soda.
That would be bad.
That would be bad.
That would be bad.
One of the first lessons they teach you in bartending school, don't shake club soda. Just going to use a ½ ounce. It just takes a little baby bit of club soda, and that baby bit of club soda goes a long way. So we're going to stir this up right now.
So as you might all know, I am very anal retentive about my drink filling to the top of my glass.
You are.
And this drink actually gets pretty damn close.
It does get pretty damn close. And look at that.
Boom!
Perfect pour.
That's how you do it. Aloha.
Aloha, buddy.
So this past week, we both...
Holy shit, that's good.
You just interrupted me, son of a bitch.
I know, I'm terrible.
This past week, we both went to 2 awesome concerts. Hambone got to check out Dolly Parton at PNC Art Center, also known as the Garden State Art Center, and I went to see the legendary Turbonegro at the Gramercy Theater, also I think known as the Blender Theater.
So let me ask you a question about Turbonegro. How legendary can you be when you only have one actual original member in the band?
I am pretty sure that there are 2 original members in the band. I'm not quite sure whether it really matters when it's Turbonegro, because Turbonegro is truly it's a force of nature, not necessarily a band. It is a movement. It is a Turbojugend. It is... Shut your mouth, Hambone! Dolly Parton is just the only original member, too, in her band.
Dolly Parton wrote over 1,000 songs, sold millions and millions of records, has her own theme park. She also brings joy to the world on a daily basis.
Sadly, the only good thing she's ever done is 9 to 5. Which is one of the... Oh, you can't argue that. The best thing Dolly Parton's ever done, Dolly Parton, has done
Islands
is 9 to 5, which I will remember watching as a child when I learned...
Whorehouse in Texas.
When I learned it was okay to murder your boss if
I
you
Will
can't
Always
get your
Love
way.
You.
I don't know these songs.
You know these songs.
I don't know these movies.
You absolutely know these songs.
No idea.
You have heard it.
But
You worked in a Sam Goody, son. You've heard all these songs.
I worked in urban Sam Goody. All we sold was Nas and DMX records. It's true. So talk to us about Dolly Parton.
I was actually really fantastic, and
how old does she look these days?
She doesn't look like she's aged a day. She'll tell you herself there's not many original parts left on her, but she looks great. She still sings, you know, most singers over time, they lose their voice a little bit. Their voice changes. She sounds exactly the way she did when she first started singing music. She plays no less than 6 instruments. I mean, that night she played guitar, banjo, piano, dulcimer, lap steel. She played the saxophone. She played a pan flute, and I think there was something else she played. I think she played a fiddle as well. Backwards. She's a force of nature, bro. She is something that if you get to experience it once in your life, she's up there to me with Neil Diamond. And I love Neil fucking Diamond.
Well, I could have seen Dolly Parton, but instead I chose to go see Turbonegro. As the former president of the New Jersey chapter of the New Jersey Turbojugend, I felt it was my obligation to go with my other 2 Turbojugend members to go experience Turbonegro with their new singer, Tony Silvestri, I think's his name. I could be wrong.
How many singers is this?
What did you say?
How many singers is this?
This is their 3rd lead singer. But the last one became a Scientologist, so they were in the right place to continue without him.
That's a twist, and I agree with you there. That was the right place to continue without him. But I thought we had a certain stance on replacement singers.
Yes, but in this case, I felt it was duly noted, and it was okay. The album they released afterwards was also just okay, but they did a pretty awesome show. The lead singer has a lot more stage presence. He's definitely gruff. It was fantastic. They did no less than like 20 covers, but it was really, really good.
So let me ask you a question. If there's only one original member in the band, aren't they a cover band?
There are 2 original members of the band, and Happy Tom is the chief songwriter and performer in the band, much like Nikki Sixx. Everyone can quit Motley Crue. As long as Nikki Sixx is in it, it's okay. Because the bass player is the most important part of any band, so say 2 bass players.
I can't really argue that because I am a bass player, so I'd have to agree with you. Touché, sir. Well played.
Well played. So I thoroughly enjoyed my show. I got to meet a lot of Turbojugend members. I'm now a bona fide member of the Asbury Park Turbojugend.
Oh, they got you in the gang?
Yes, run by Alex Rosen, the amazing, amazing performer in Battery Electric.
Cool.
And sadly, I missed the after party because I had just come back from Luau on the Lake, and I was exhausted by the time I got to the show. But Turbonegro, epic. How long did Dolly Parton play?
She played over 2 hours. She took a 20-minute break in between. She played a ton of songs, told a bunch of stories.
Yeah, well, Turbonegro's fat. They only got an hour and a half in, so you got to give them that. I mean, they're out of shape and overweight, but look, they're sexy, and they are like, it was Pride Day, so it was very good that they were performing.
See, that was a big deal where I was at, too, at Dolly Parton. It was Pride weekend, and so she, made everyone feel welcome, and I thought that was very nice.
Yeah, she used to bone Burt Reynolds, didn't she? Or
How
was that just a 9 to 5?
That was in the best little whorehouse in Texas.
So maybe I've seen that one too.
See, gotcha.
But 9 to 5. It's okay to murder your boss if you don't like them.
It's the original Horrible Bosses with Lily Tomlin.
So I spent the last 2 weeks, I've been to about 10 tiki bars in about 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
It has been a whirlwind road trip. I've hit some legendary tiki bars that I am so happy I finally got to experience. Went to San Francisco a couple weeks ago for the announcement of the new Motorola Moto Z phone.
Fantastic.
Which should be coming out someday soon. But we went and I was like, oh, it's San Francisco. I know that since last time I've been to San Francisco, there was a renaissance of tiki bars, much like... Is there something wrong with our live feed?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Like, you gotta, like, yeah, just, like, make it go there, and, like, maybe Allison will write us something if something cool's actually happening that she cares about, because she's my Pookie Bear.
And she's upstairs.
So, first day I got there, I did all the work I had to do, and then I was like, I need to get to Oakland. Oakland is a city that I know mostly as a place on fire, riots, people like to kill each other, very violent, like, it's kind of like, you know, East Orange, but worse. So I went in expecting the worst. I took the mass transit there. By the way, San Francisco, worst mass transit system ever. Now we have multiple mass transit systems in Europe, but they're all the MTA.
Right.
Have you ever been to San Francisco?
Yes, I have. I played the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, San Francisco, horrible.
Yeah,
but,
horrible driving up and down those streets, especially with a tour bus.
So
bad idea.
I just wanted to get there, and like they're like, we gotta take the trolley to the BART to the Muni. I'm like, oh, give me a Muni pass. Oh no, you need separate passes for every one of these things that are not tied together.
Yeah, I'm already out. 3
mass transit systems, and none of them take the same card. I get to Oakland. Oakland is not bad at all. It's like hipster. It is like gentrified. It is fun. Like, first place to go is Longitude. This is gonna be a speed round. Longitude is a safari-themed tiki bar. I already reviewed it on Cult of George. It is kind of fun. Everybody that works there has handlebar mustaches, but they make a mean drink. Their mug also weighs like 50 pounds. Definitely check it out. Safari-themed, kind of quiet, kind of fun, right on the outskirts of Oakland. From there, Ubered it to Forbidden Island, which is on Alameda Island.
Right.
Last time I went on an island in California was at the Bali High, and I got so drunk I tried to walk off the island and couldn't do it. It was a long story. It was bad. It was before Uber. I don't want to talk about it, but I was afraid to go on an island.
Right.
But it was okay. I met friends there. Very nice tiki bar, kind of like Frankie's. Great drinks, great mug. Loved the ambiance. It's like a dark kind of like it had a more of a lounge, but also a kind of like a dive bar type like feel to it.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Loved it. Forbidden Island in Alameda. From there, I Ubered it again to I'd say the heir to the original Trader Vic's. The original Trader Vic's was in that area, but it had moved, and now it's in Emeryville, which might also be an island. But I get to Tiki Trader Vic's, and Trader Vic's is like everybody knows. Trader Vic's like invented the Mai Tai. I get there, but I'm already shit-faced. Like, I'm already obliterated when I get Trader Vic's. So I walk in, and I'm George. I'm full George. Meds worn off hours ago, drunk. And I go up to the hostess, and she's like, where would you like to sit? Are you by yourself? I hate when people ask you if you're by yourself. There's nothing more depressing than going to a restaurant like, oh, table for one? Oh. Like, shut up! Give me a table! Like, I'm hungry. So, I'm like, look, lady, I'm inebriated. Put me somewhere where there's no other people.
Yeah.
So she's like, we're going to put you in the outskirts of the bar. Put me in the bar. It's incredible. I got a great waitress. I'm like, look, I'm drunk. Feed me. Don't give me alcohol. She brings me out this boat. This giant boat filled with alcohol. And she's like, well, since you're a tiki connoisseur, you do need to have a drink. I don't remember much else of that night, except that when I woke up in the morning, I was in the hotel with the boat. And I now own the boat. I own the boat.
Did you buy the boat? Or did you
I own the boat. Allison, if you're listening, want to bring me down the boat, I will happily show the boat on television. But I now have the boat.
The boat.
So, next day, I finally make it back. I don't remember what happened. Next day, we have the announcement. Great to celebrate. I take my boss and our colleagues to the Tonga room, which is in the basement of our hotel, the Fairmont. This place is one of the most legendary tiki venues in the world. There is a pool in the middle of this hotel where they actually have a boat that goes back and forth while people perform on it, and they have a hourly thunder lightning storm in the hotel.
That's awesome.
It is impressive. The food, it's mediocre Chinese Lanhua type, but it's good. I mean, the food's good. Not saying Lanhua, but it's Chinese food.
Lanhua's food is great.
It's great, but
we love Lanhua's food.
And then and it was just incredible. My boat. Oh, thank you. Please present me my boat. My boat. So this boat appeared with me. Oh, you have your phone on while you're watching us. I have this boat now. And I drank it.
That's awesome.
That is pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
This is like an amazing boat. Anyway, so that day was the Tonga room. Next day, I go all out again. I'm going to hit all the local tiki bars. Start with Pagan Idol. Pagan Idol is insane. It is multi-level. It is the equivalent of like Obsessions, the old punk club and like dance club. Yeah, it is a multi-level tiki experience. Waterfalls, lightning storms. There's portals with like TVs inside that look like you're going somewhere. There are like chandeliers, skulls under. I can't explain. Pagan Night was incredible. The drinks were incredible. The problem was it was chock full of stupid, like local hipster, like it was just packed to the brim. It's in like San Francisco Central.
They make awesome drinks. People are gonna go there.
So I'm like, let's finish off at Smuggler's Cove. Smuggler's Cove is a hidden tiki bar with no name. Like it's like black. You only know because there's a bouncer in front. He's like, this is Smuggler's Cove. Come inside. And so I go in, and it is like this small, dank, like every inch is tiki-fied. It is a true rum bar in that they are rum connoisseurs, rums from around the world. Their menu is like 30 pages of rums and cocktails specific to the rums. It was amazing. Got a rum barrel downstairs. You follow the waterfall downstairs. There's a pirate ship basement. It's also very pirate ship theme. I cannot get over Smuggler's Cove. It's possibly my favorite. The problem is it also was so packed that I was like the lonely little boy in the corner drinking.
Never was a problem for me. I want to go to
Bought a mug, got out of there. Absolutely love Smuggler's Cove. That is my journey around San Francisco.
That's awesome.
Let me wrap this up with this past weekend. I went to Ohana Luau on the lake. I am a horrible friend because I did not invite Hambone, and we should have actually had a live episode from there. It is a tiki convention for true tiki connoisseurs put on by the Friends of the Moai, which for some reason I'm never going to be invited to join, but it's like the big tiki group in this area.
Oh, don't sell your show.
I don't
they
know.
might ask you to join one day.
I'm just not good enough to join. They have like...
You're never going to be prom king with an attitude like that.
I know. But it was a 3-day journey at the Tiki in Lake George, New York. The Tiki was once a glorious tiki resort in like the back in the day. It was bought by like Howard Johnson, turned into a tiki-themed Howard Johnson in the 80s and 90s. It's horrible. I went 10 years ago and like the fire dancer dropped the fire on me and started burning me. And my legs are still scarred to this day because of a fire accident gone wrong. Well, now, since then, a family has bought the Tiki and they've restored it to its former glory with the original Tiki. Punk rockers and old Tiki dudes and women come from all over the United States and the world, and they converge on Lake George, where we learn about the history of Tiki Exotica music. There's workshops. You learn about the history of like the Easter Island people. You drink a lot. You swim in a pool. You like look at each other's tattoos. I don't remember much else because I was also quite drunk. We bought ourselves, thanks to Zombie Oasis, one of the best tiki carvers on the East Coast, if not the only. We now have, and we're going to present it next week, or we're going to induct it or christen it or whatever.
Yeah.
A true full-size mascot 6-foot-tall tiki for the Headhunters Lounge, which is where we are right now.
I've seen it.
It's incredible.
It's amazing.
We also bought 1 million tiki mugs. I bought tiki mugs at every tiki bar in. I actually had to ship back tiki mugs. It was an awesome, awesome journey. I've now hit like 10 more tiki bars to my list.
It's awesome. And you did it in like 2 days.
And you need to catch up.
I know I need to catch up.
And the best part was taking, like my thing with tiki bars is I love taking people who aren't tiki worshippers to tiki bars for the first time.
I think I have enough of these shirts that I'm in.
Like,
I think I'm in the gang.
You are already in.
I'm in.
You are in.
Shit.
But like I like taking my boss, taking my work friends, taking like them to a tiki bar and having them experience what it's like. They get it. And nobody ever like I'll get some like idiots who are like, oh, you drink girly drinks. Screw you. This is not a girly drink. I'm already drunk. How many America beers is that going to take you to get there?
4, 5.
So,
I'll tell you, I agree because when I was in Cleveland, I brought my coworkers who, you know, I'm the black sheep of my job, and I brought them to the Porco, and they had a time. They loved it.
I took my one of my best friends, Al Gufante, to a tiki bar for the first time. He fell in love. It was Frankie's, which is one of the best in the world.
Yeah, I'm dying to go there.
The next year, every year we had thrown a big party for retail solutions provider party, whatever, for cash register people in Vegas, and usually it was like an based like champagne like bottle service type bullshit. Right. Well, I'm like, let's do it at Frankie's. We had to be affordable. He rented out Frankie's. We brought like 100 cash register geeks to Frankie's, closed the place down, and everyone had a great time except for a couple like douchebag salespeople who didn't understand why the football game wasn't on the TV, because there are no TVs in true tiki bars.
Never.
Ever. So that was my wonderful weekend.
Yeah, and I'm now even more jealous than when I saw your pictures on Instagram.
I was drunk for 3 weeks. which is why I think this is a great segue to your hangover cures. Go into it, Hambone!
So, I've been drinking for a long time.
I just want to put this in there. I have only been hungover once.
Well, trust me, once I get done with you, you're never going to be hungover again. So, first and foremost, I've been hungover a lot over the last 10 or 15 or so years. And I'm always on the lookout for new and interesting hangover cures. So, first and foremost, if you can, there's always Old Reliable. Keep on drinking, folks. That's number one. I've taught you your first hangover cure. Keep on drinking. It'll get the shakes gone. It'll right the ship for you a little bit. May not help your stomach. May not fully help your headache, but it'll get you right. Cheers.
Do you keep drinking the next morning?
That's
or
the point.
do you just never stop?
You stop and then you start again. That's the whole point. Old Reliable is a beer or a Bloody Mary first thing in the morning. So, first one I'm going to show you is what I was calling my mid-20s hangover cure. So what you do is you always want to get a frat boy cup. You want to get a 16-ounce cup because volume is key here. You want to make sure you fill it up with ice. Now, I learned half of this from my friend Mike Mistake. He was a Marine at one time. And what's cool is I was at a party with him once, and he was walking around drinking something really peculiar, like something I just didn't understand why anyone would be drinking it. He used to have a great Elvis bar in Montclair, and it was kids' Pedialyte. When kids have upset stomachs, they need to right the ship a little bit, they drink Pedialyte. So he was drinking Pedialytes in between every drink, and he swore.
Do you really want to make this?
I'm making it right now, yeah.
Who's going to drink it?
You're going to try it.
I ain't drinking shit. It's called Pedialyte.
Dude, trust me.
It's like baby food?
It's not baby food. It's a baby hangover cure for
Do you know how
babies.
sensitive my stomach is?
You'll be fine. This is going to settle your stomach. Trust me. So I saw this, and then I was waiting tables at the time, and I thought I needed something a little more because this will right the ship down here, but it's not going to right the ship up here, and that's where our friend Red Bull comes in. So I would fill up a frat boy cup on a Sunday morning after drinking all night at Connections of the Loop back in the day, and I would split it up. Half Pedialyte, half Red Bull.
Red Bull wasn't invented when back when we were children, though.
Well, this is something that came along just at the right time in my life. Here, take a sip.
Oh, God, really?
And you just slug it back as fast as you can.
Oh, it smells disgusting!
Listen, sometimes it's what you got to do to get the job done.
Well, it's like grape juice.
Exactly. It's like grape juice, so it goes down nice and easy. And there's no swallowing aspirin. There's no trying to get pills down. And maybe you can have a drink first thing in the morning, so this is something that helps. It's not bad, right? Now, I kind of had to stop drinking Red Bull because, well, I drank so much of it, I thought I was going to shake out of my skin once. And this is why I've never tried cocaine ever, because I'd love it. So, instead of that, I had what I called my early 30s, which was something a little bit lighter. Now, you want to make sure you do this with ice cold water. You're going to take 3 fingers of cold water. So if, you go to a bar, how many fingers of whiskey you want? 1, 2, or 3. You're going to take 3 fingers of nice ice cold water. You're going to add in an emergency vitamin C pack, because this takes some of the edge off the flavor of the next ingredient. All right, so we're going to let that fizzle for a second. Now, some would say vitamin C is an old wives' tale. I think that perception is reality, and if you think it's going to help, it's absolutely going to help. So you're going to take 1 pack of emergency, 3 fingers of water, 2 Alka-Seltzer tablets. We're going to let that settle down for a little bit. Effervescent tablets take a little while to break down. And you're just going to slug it back like a shot once the effervescence tablets are done. This is going to settle your stomach. Tastes like orange juice. And it's going to help you get through and get up and get started in the morning. You want to make sure you do ice cold water, though, because I gave this to Jen once with warm water, and she swore I was trying to kill her. She's, in a field where she knows medicine. So here, take a little sip. So, showed you Old Reliable, which is the beer. I showed you the mid-20s, which is the Pedialyte and Red Bull. I showed you the 30s, which is vitamin C and Alka-Seltzer. I'm going to show you what I call the miracle. So recently, I was hungover to shit, and I said to myself, I wish I didn't have to swallow pills like Excedrin. I wish I didn't have to drink Gatorade. I just need something that's going to get me back on my feet. Why can't there be liquid aspirin? And lo and behold, I'm dicking around on Instagram one day. Yeah, that's a little harsh. It's okay. You can put that down. Get back to your drink. It's all right. And I found this as a sponsored ad. Blowfish for hangovers. It is all caffeine. It's all caffeine and it's all aspirin. That's it. It's caffeine and aspirin. You take a 16-ounce cup of water, put 2 of these tablets in, drink it all back, and it will, in 5 minutes flat, get you back on your feet. I have never in my life, of all the hangover cures I've ever used, had a hangover cure that got me back in the fight that quickly. There was that day I had drank 13 beers. And I woke up the next day and I'm like, what the shit did I do? 16 ounces of water in a frat boy cup, 2 of these tablets, and I was posting who wants to go to brunch. I was ready to rock.
You clearly have never done cocaine before.
Never, because I'd love it.
So that's it. I thought you said 4 hangover cures.
Old, reliable, mid-20s, 30s.
Old, reliable. I thought I was getting another drink. This is fantastic,
Well, yeah,
by the way.
I'm always angling for a drink.
I am willing to name this the Handbreaker.
I would name that the Handbreaker. Whoa, buddy. Cheers.
All right.
Seriously, folks, you can find this in CVS. You can find this in most stores in the pain reliever aisle. Blowfish for hangovers. Call me. Big fan. Love to promote your stuff.
Just give one note. We have the Ohana Luau on the Lake mug, which is a shrunken head. Quite apropos.
It's so good.
So one of the other big things I experienced in San Francisco.
Keep drinking. That's fine. I make a good drink, clearly.
But one of the great things I experienced in San Francisco was a true bum fight. Not one, but 2 over the course of the 2 times I've been to San Francisco. And I felt this would be a great time to discuss our favorite bum fights.
Awesome.
So we're going to start off with the most current one. I am in San Francisco. I am taking the bus from my hotel to, I believe I was going to Pagan Idol.
Right.
While on the bus, I experience this weird cluster where I have a homeless person with no legs and no fingers trying to get on the front in a wheelchair. So they've lowered the bus down so he can elevate up and then go. And obviously everybody's got to get up out of their seat so they can like flip up the seat so he can park his wheelchair.
Right.
At the same time, a woman bum was coming up the center of the bus, and she was flustered because everybody was moving out of the way of the homeless man in the wheelchair, causing her to not get a seat as fast as she would like to.
Okay.
So she starts yelling at us to move, and we're like, well, hold on, lady, the wheelchair bum needs to get in.
Right.
At which point she starts going, I don't give a fuck about the wheelchair bum. Like, he's a homeless guy. He's a piece of crap. Like, he doesn't deserve to sit. Oh, he has a wheelchair. Oh, he's homeless. Well, I don't give a shit about you. And it started getting really heated and ugly. She's like, I got a messed up knee. I don't see anybody crying over me. Like, I want to know, like, why you guys are taking so much time up with wheelchair legless man. Huge commotion. She decides to sit down next to me. Wheelchair bum guy is in front of me.
So let me ask you a question. How many other seats were open on the bus?
There were quite a few, but there was also a lot of people on the bus. She sits down next to me. This whole time, all I want to do is videotape this.
Oh, yeah, but you can't.
But she's sitting right next to me, and she's a fairly large woman who could probably beat the crap out of me. So she keeps haranguing him. She's like, you're a piece of garbage. Like, you don't know anything. Like, you think you have no legs, that I'm not going to make fun of you? Well, I'm going to make fun of you even if you have no legs. Oh, look, I have no legs. Like, and I'm uncomfortable, but all I want to do is videotape this. But I can't.
No.
So, at which point he finds out, why are we having no comments on here? I'm getting flustered.
It's fine. Don't just
Did anybody comment?
No, I'm trying to find the comments.
Find the
now.
comments. We need to talk to people.
We're good.
We need to go back to Periscope. Anyway, so I'm like, all right, this can't get any worse than this. The guy is kind of ignoring her. But then all of a sudden, he decides to do what he shouldn't do.
What shouldn't he have done?
He says, kind of under his breath, why don't you go back to the country you came from?
That never ends well for anybody!
To which she responds, I'm American Samoa, motherfucker, while jumping on him and breaking his nose in one instantaneous move. Blood explodes all over the girl next to him. It is just, like, absolutely insane. Like, there is gore. Like, he's yelling, but he's not, like, bad shape, but he's, like, trying to get the wheelchair moving again so that he can get to the front of the bus so he can get off the next stop. I am just like wishing I could like pull out my camera right now.
Well, at that point you could have, and all you would have had to say is "World Star," and you would have totally gotten away with it.
I wish, but I was so flat because I didn't think at the speed she could move, and she was like a good 200 pounds on him, breaking his nose, and it exploded like John Cena and Seth Rollins. And so I'm like, this is not happening. And luckily there's some kids that did rip her off him. When he gets off the next stop, bus driver could give a crap. And she's like, you think you're getting off this stop? I'm gonna kill you. I'm getting off this stop too. And she gets off the stop to murder. And I heard the line as she's getting off. You want to know why I got in jail? I got in jail because I got to finish my time after I killed my man. That actually happened. So,
Wow.
I just experienced this. The lily white college girl at whatever UC Berkeley who was sitting next to the lay guy that was now covered in his blood goes to the bus driver and goes, "Sir, I really think we should call the authorities because I think she's going to kill him." At which point the bus driver looks at her and goes, "Is this your fucking problem? I don't think so because it sure ain't fucking my problem." And she shits back down.
Yeah.
Bum fight number 1. Go Hambone, what's your bum fight number 2?
I mean, how do I top Roman Reigns' cousin beating up a bum? So, I was in Buffalo, New York. I was on tour. I got the comments now.
Oh, now you did. Oh, you handled that. I am the comments.
So, I was in Buffalo, New York. I was on tour. This is many years ago. We were playing at NYCC. And they have the front room, they have the back room, and you have to load out on the side. And as we're loading out our van, me and my buddy Andy were like loading up the van, and we just felt like this. We felt this presence behind us, and we just kind of got real quiet. And we turned around, and there's this homeless dude, and he's standing there, and he's got his hands in his hooded. He didn't have a zip up. He had like a regular hoodie. His hands in there. He's like, "Yo, where you guys from?" And we're like, "Oh, we're from New Jersey. What's up, man?" He goes, "Guys have been banned. My neighbor's Johnny Resnick." Now, the Goo Goo Dolls are originally from Buffalo, New York, so he was not just making up the name of a random singer that could have been from Buffalo. He's saying his neighbor is actually Johnny Resnick. We're like, "Oh, that's cool." He's like, "Yeah, me and Johnny Resnick are boys. I'll tell you what. Give me $10 in your CD, and I'll give it to Johnny Resnick. I'll get him to call you." And we're like, no, that's all right, man. We really, like, we got to go. It's fine. And he's like, "What, you don't think I know Johnny Resnick?" "I know Johnny Resnick. He's my boy. He said, give me $10 you see, I will give it to Johnny Resnick. He will call you. You probably, become friends. You rocker guys, you're all the same." And we're like, "All right, no, buddy, we got to really get on to the next town. We're trying to load to the van." And he goes, "All right, just give me $10. We're like, "Well, what about the CD to give Johnny Resnick?" He's like, "Well, I'll just give me $10. I'll tell Johnny about you." And we're like, "No, we're not going to give you any money." He's like, "Come on, man. Just give me $10. And then from the side door, the bouncer pops out.
Johnny Resnick comes in.
No, my God, if only. Side door bouncer pops out. He's like, "What did I tell you? What did I tell you about bothering the bands?" He's like, "Fuck you, man." He's like, I have a right to be here. You can't just throw me out here. It's a public street." So the bouncer comes in. Now, this is a shorter homeless person. The bouncer is easily 7 feet tall. And he starts screaming at the homeless guy. Him and the homeless guy are going back and forth at it. Homeless guy takes a swing at him. Finally, takes his hands out of the hooded jacket, takes a swing at the bouncer. The bouncer just starts shaking his head and just puts his hand out, literally mushes the homeless guy in the face and just starts pushing him out toward the street by his face. And the homeless guy is just like, he's punching, he's kicking, but the length of the dude's arms, he can't get a licking on the bouncer. So we're just sitting here like, yeah, I mean, this is like after Johnny Resnick had all the hits, so he's clearly not living in the cardboard box next to this homeless person. So it wasn't actually a bum-on-bum fight, it was a bum-on-bouncer fight, and the bouncer always wins.
I got one better.
Of course you do. And that's why you should have let me go first, dude, because you knew my story was weak.
I got one better.
Come on, son.
First time we ever went to San Francisco, I'm taking my wife to, I don't know where we're going, probably the Tonga room or something. But we were in San Francisco. It was about, like, I don't know, 8 years ago. It was the first time in California. We had driven from San Diego all the way up the US 101, and we had gone to San Francisco. And so far, we had not enjoyed San Francisco. We realized the town was, like, not as cool as people. It's just, like, it's like punk rock. Like, it's like St. Mark's Place in, like, 95, like, all the time. And so we go, and we're on the bus. Again, this is the moral of the story is do not take the San Francisco bus, people. We are on the bus, and this is a 3-prong bum fight. First, woman comes up the front of the bus. She's punk rock type bum.
Right.
And she's trying to get the bus driver to let her on for free because she has some sort of Medicare card, even though she looks like she's 21. And she's fighting with him. Come on. She's holding up the bus. I'm like, whatever. It's kind of odd the bus driver's wasting so much time with this lady who's clearly trying to get, like, on the bus. And so, look at me, not them. They don't love you like I love you.
Fisheye, bro.
So, at that time, there is, like, an older bum, like 60, 70-year-old bum in the back by us. And we'll call him Old Man Bum. And he is, like, I don't know, he's probably mentally deficient. He has troubles. And he is yelling out, like, the C word over and over. Shut the fuck up, you C word. Over and over, like, I'm gonna kill you, be quiet, like, get off. He's just like, C word. Because I'm respectful of women. At the same time, also respectful of women, was this, like, 250-pound brick shit house Mexican dude that looked like Loki from the WWE, TNA, across from us, who just gets up and he goes up to the old man who's like 80 and has dementia. And he's like, what did you call her? And proceeds to punch him in the face over and over and over again until his knuckles are bleeding. The guy looks like Joe Pesci in Casino. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle on the seat. Blood everywhere. Wipes his hands on the bus and walks out the middle.
So, you know how it was normally Ghost fans who were against us all those months? I think it's going to be the San Francisco Tourism
population?
The San Francisco homeless population and Tourism Bureau.
Yeah.
They're going to be coming after us.
So this man is dying next to us. We don't know what to do. I mean, we guess we could have called the police, but the bus driver's watching it happen. And, like, the lady gets off the bus. She doesn't get on. And we're like, I think the man is dying. And the bus driver is like, is this your fucking problem? No, it's not mine. Sit down.
Same bus driver.
8 years before. Dead homeless man.
Holy shit.
Boom. Mic drop. Those are my 2 homeless stories. Those are legit. I'm not lying. Allison will vouch for everything.
I bet.
And those are my bum fights. Because we have a little extra time, unbox something, Hambone!
Oh, dude. Ow.
We have been told that our favorite segments on this show are you unboxing loot crates. I would like you to unbox that loot crate. That is a June loot crate. You
know, I finally canceled. I finally got it all squared away. They finally stopped billing me and arbitrarily sending me loot crates.
Really?
I am curious to see what's in this box.
And this will be the month that'll be like the Star Wars Epic Bus. I don't know what this one is. It's like Wasteland or something. What's in this box? What's in this box?
So we have a Matrix 300-piece puzzle.
That's never going to be touched.
Nope. We have, from Fallout, Adorbs.
Oh,
That's you. We have a pin this week. They've actually stepped up the game on their pins. It's an atom bomb. Pretty cool. Good job, Loot Crate. We have a blank key from BioShock Infinite. Come on, George, stop. Adorbs. BioShock Infinite. So this is a blank key. I'm imagining you take it to Home Depot and turn this into your house key.
Yeah, it's got a bird on it.
Got a bird on it. Might be nice.
My keys are so old, you can't cut them.
You got a...
What the...
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
It's cookie mold.
That's not a cookie mold.
That's cookie mold.
That is totally not a cookie mold. That is like the world's most shallow cookie. That would be like a really sad cookie.
Well, what is it then?
I don't know. It's like a little stand-up.
It's all scratched up already.
Oh, I mean, I guess maybe it's the T2, but I don't know.
Like, what? Like, they clearly got this from a KB toy store going out of business.
They had to be.
I mean, like, this is scratched and disgusting.
It's a junk box, folks. This month is a junk box. The T-shirt...
It's a cookie.
It's RoboCop.
RoboCop! All right!
Do you like RoboCop?
Not really. That was it?
That's it.
That's all that's in my box.
That's all that's in your box.
Oh my god. I'm gonna wait for the villain set this year, now I'm gonna cancel.
Start trying to cancel now.
Start trying to cancel
Start trying to cancel now, because by the time the set comes out, you'll finally be able to cancel.
I tend to make shit happen a little more than you do, Hambone.
Arguable.
Anyhow, do we have anything else to discuss this week? I don't think so. What I am going to tell you is that this coming Monday, 4th of July, this is not 100% firm, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. We are going to do a live episode with a live studio audience.
With a lot of people.
only discussing Game of Thrones.
It's our Game of Thrones super show, y'all.
This is gonna be our Game of Thrones super show.
I make good drinks.
I am so excited. Oh my God, Alka-Seltzer, Pediatric, grape juice. I'm like a dreadnought. We have so much cool stuff going on here. We are going to be back more consistently starting late July, once wedding season tones down a little bit.
Yeah.
Hambone's gonna calm down a little bit. I'm gonna never calm down because I don't calm down.
I'm totally calm.
My name is George. You can reach me at Cult of George on Periscope, at cultofgeorge.com, where I blog about all this crap all the time. You want to hear more about Tiki Adventures? Go on there. You want to follow me on Twitter? I'm at GLK Creative, which is mostly about phones and stuff. And I'm on at GLK Creative on Instagram, where it's more weddings and stuff. Hambone, how can they reach you?
You can find me at Mai Tai TV, where there are more and more episodes of our fantastic show, Mai Tai TV. You can find me at unwinnable.com.
MaiTaiTV.com.
That's what I said.
Okay, you can find me at Mai Tai TV. Yeah, obviously, we're on right now.
We're the only show with that name. Put it in Google. Google it. You can find me at unwinnable.com for my podcast, I the Beer Holder. I'm a co-host. We get drunk. We talk about Dungeons and Dragons. We have a good old time. You can find me around.
You know what? I don't want to end this episode yet.
So why don't you tell us about that sweet book that you got?
I want to first talk about this sweet book I got. So this just came out a couple weeks ago. It is the Smuggler's Cove Exotic Cocktail Rums and the Cult of Tiki. This is an insanely thick hardcover book. This was the last bar I hit while I was in San Francisco. This is an incredible tome where they talk about the different rums, the history of rum. If you are a rum connoisseur, this must be in your collection. It is only $30. It's a lot cheaper on Amazon.com. You absolutely will love this book. That's not all I want to talk about today.
What else do you want to talk about?
I have a gripe.
What's your gripe?
I have a gripe.
What is your gripe?
Comic-Con NYC.
Oh, dude.
I just want you to know that whoever's in charge of Comic-Con, we appreciate the fact that you went out of your way to try to stop the scalpers, because we realize that you can't get Comic-Con tickets anymore. I was at the first Comic-Con in the basement of Javits Center, where I recorded a short film that is on YouTube. I was there year 2 with Chuck Friendly, where we recorded Con year 2, also on YouTube. 3 I went, it was too much of a cluster. I only went to see the Walking Dead panel, and then we ran. I never went since, so I haven't been since the 3rd one. This year, they made us go through all these hoops to get tickets. We had to pre-register, you had to do this and that, and finally today, tickets went on sale at noon. I was ready, I was on, they created this auto queue where you're on a page where you have to sit there and wait until it refreshes for you. But you know everybody's freaking out. Waited 40 minutes, it refreshed, I got my ticket. 2 3-day passes, which is awesome. I was going to bring either Hambone or my wife or someone. And
because you didn't bring me to Luau on the Lake. I mean,
yeah, we're going to do something. Only to find out that they had a pre-register too. My pre-register was only good for me. Meanwhile, scalpers are on eBay and that other site where you go to get like underage children for sexual activities and tickets. That one. And I can't even, so I bought 2 tickets. The second one, either it's going to be taken away from me or I can't get a ticket from it. I'm not sure how this works because they said there's no refunds, but I can only actually own, so you buy the ticket today. Tomorrow, they're going to open up the site where I'm going to have to verify that I am truly the person that deserves the ticket. But since I only bought 2 tickets, since I bought 2 tickets, only one's verified, I can't do anything with the other one. Hambone did not get the email. He did not know to register. Sadly, he could not attend. Mai Tai TV must be split in half. In half!
And they'll be reunited, and it'll feel so good.
And it's just frustrating.
Well,
Hambone loves comic books, people.
I do like
Hambone loves comic books, and this isn't fair.
I kind of wanted to meet Stan Lee before he dies.
So I bought 2 tickets, one of which I can't actually redeem.
Nope.
Hopefully they'll give me my money back when they realize I can't verify it, and hopefully I can keep my other one. Maybe someone, the gods up there in Comic-Con world, will bless me with a verification for the Handbreaker. I don't know.
I want to go too. I mean, it's a shit show now. It's impossible to like walk around at all in Comic-Con, but I thought maybe this year would be nice because last year I was in a meeting and I was in Washington, D.C. I had 2 screens up and my phone just trying to get a ticket. I ended up with Thursday tickets. And you know what? It worked out nice because I took my best friend to meet Nathan Fillion, and he was a gentleman. You know, that's why I like going to things like the Heroes and Villains Con in the Meadowlands. They do those because, you know what? You get the same caliber of stars hanging out there. You get a similar experience, and you don't have to sit there with 3 or 4 different screens open just trying to get in to go to New York Comic Con. Because that's the kind of thing now where you're just kind of just being seen to be seen, and it's a pain in the ass to walk anywhere.
I am flustered by places where you have to pay $80 to get in and then just to buy stuff. Like, that drives me nuts.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, look, there's enough amazing... there's ToyCon NJ coming up soon. There's the Heroes and Villains Con. They do the Walker Star Con. There's enough cons that are happening that aren't New York Comic Con, where if you want to go and you want to be around people who are like-minded and who are dressing up and who are hanging out, and vendors who sell the kind of things that you like, there's plenty of other opportunities. Plus, fucking Amazon at this point. So, like, New York Comic Con's not the only game in town, and they're kind of making it a pain in the dick to try to even go. I didn't even want to go, but I want to meet Stan Lee before he dies.
So I have a ticket. I have a ticket and a fake ticket. Hopefully I can figure something out. If someone wants a 3-day ticket, you didn't get one and they verified, maybe give me a ring. But I'd rather bring Hambone than you, because I don't know you, and you might be weird, and you might want to touch me, and I don't like that.
And I can't fit into any Allison's clothes, so
none.
I would be a terrible... I mean, I would shave my legs and everything, but I couldn't in person. Allison, she's too beautiful.
It's so weird.
So nice.
It's so weird right now. What else do we have to say tonight, Hambone?
What else do we have to say?
We have one word to say right now. Just say it. Just say it.
What's the word?
We've already gone like 20 minutes over.
Well, we're having fun, man. You know what this is? This is our ring rust episode. This is the episode we're getting the ring rust off.
This episode's awesome.
I know it's awesome, but you know what?
I've had Alka-Seltzer orange juice. I've had grape juice baby food. I've had Red Bull, which I should not have at 9 o'clock at night
You
ever.
had one sip of Red Bull, man.
I drank half of it. This is incredible, Sven Tiki.
Just keep drinking that Sven Tiki, man. It's going to put you down like an elephant.
I'm George. This is Hambone. This is My Thai TV. Stay tuned. Very soon, 4th of July, Game of Thrones episode. Take us out, Hambone.
Game of Thrones Super Show. Folks, make sure you're safe this holiday
Just
weekend.
say the word.
Don't try to blow your fingers off with fireworks. Give it to a friend who don't like very much.
That's not the word.
Aloha.
Перебиты, поломаны крылья, серой болью всю душу свело. Кокаина серебряной пылью все дороги пути замело. А 8 лет школу я посещала, где сидеть сиротою.